Right now at 5, a 19-year-old dies after crashing into a home this morning, while the Department of Justice is investigating what led to that crash.
COVID cases are on the rise again. Health experts are hoping that you see the warning signs for what could come next.
Plus, the AmFam Golf Championship back on track this summer. We'll tell you what they had to change to make it possible.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
Well, thanks for staying with us. A 19-year-old is dead after crashing into a McFarland home last night.
4 other people were in the car with him at the time. They were all taken to a local hospital. Our Jamie Perez joins us now with what led to the deadly crash. Jamie?
Right. Well, the Wisconsin Department of Justice took over this investigation today. In a news release, they say a McFarland police officer spotted a car speeding southbound down Highway 51. The officer tried to pull the car over, but it didn't stop. Instead, the driver got off on Siggelco Road heading east. The officer then stopped chasing him, but then spotted the car again on that same road just a short time later. Right after that, the officer saw the car crashed into a house near the intersection of Siggelco Road and Dream Lane. This was the aftermath of that crash. You can see that wall taken out, exposing the inside of the home. 6 people were in the home at the time, none of them injured, and as we mentioned, the driver of that car died at the scene. His 4 passengers were all taken to a local hospital. DCI will investigate the crash and turn their results over to the Dane County District Attorney, who will decide if any charges should be filed. Earlier today, some of the driver's family set up some balloons in front of the crash site as sort of a memorial there. And there is a vigil happening tonight for the driver, but the family is keeping that information private.
And Jamie Perez tonight. Jamie, thank you. 5 Wisconsin Rapids men are now facing tentative charges 7 months after a targeted shooting in Sun Prairie. Officers say Jared Warzella is facing an attempted homicide charge. Curtis Gadke, Luke Harmon, Riley Esselman, and Brandon Hermanson are all facing charges of party to a crime of attempted first-degree homicide. That shooting happened at the Foxdale Apartments. This was September. Police say a man was hospitalized after he was shot in the hand. His eye was also injured.
A former Minnesota police officer is now charged with second-degree manslaughter for shooting and killing a 20-year-old black man during a traffic stop in a Minneapolis suburb. Former Brooklyn Center officer Kim Potter was arrested this morning and charged this afternoon. She's accused of shooting 20-year-old Dante Wright on Sunday. Police pulled him over for an expired car registration. Police officers tried to arrest Wright after they learned he had an outstanding warrant. Police say Potter, who had been training a new officer, thought she reached for her taser but fired her handgun instead.
I cannot even believe it that this officer would engage in that use of force. They could have given him a ticket.
Wright's death has ignited protests and clashes with police in Brooklyn Center and other areas of the country. If convicted, Potter faces up to 10 years in prison.
Boy, another cool and cloudy day out there. So when will we see a warm-up? Your first one forecast here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti. He's on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, Eric, first we have to get some sunshine in here, and that should happen tomorrow. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track across the upper Midwest. You can see lots of sunshine just to our south across parts of northern Illinois, but most of southern Wisconsin just kind of socked in underneath the clouds. But there's not much in the way of precipitation. Most of that is up to the north, and some of that is in the form of light snow up near Lake Superior. But high-resolution radar across southern Wisconsin shows mainly dry conditions. Low temperatures this morning dropped to around freezing, or in some cases a little below freezing to the north and west of Madison. Here in town we dropped to 33. Current temperatures, though, are only in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Now, these temperatures will hold nearly steady this evening, but drop off to near freezing again by tomorrow morning as skies turn partly cloudy. For tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, and that should get temperatures back up to around 52 degrees for a high temperature. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes mainly dry conditions, but cooler than normal weather into next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. The warning signs are there in Rock County, and that's why medical leaders say it is your responsibility to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Brady Mallory shows us how a slight increase in hospitalizations is prompting medical leaders to ask for your help. Brady?
Yeah, it wasn't long ago local ICUs and hospital workers were overwhelmed. That's since improved, but now SSM Health is worried about taking steps backward. Well, right now there are about 17 patients in the hospitals in Rock County. That may not seem like a lot, but it's a significant increase from recent numbers within the last few weeks. It also mirrors where the county was at back in February, right before it started seeing a decline. Brenda Klain, an infection preventionist, says it's not time to panic, but we need to take these signs seriously and continue to follow the guidelines so we're not right back where we started.
We're so close, but we're not there yet. You know, and it's just heartbreaking to see patients come in and they're very ill when they come in. Yeah, we don't want them to be ill. We would really prefer that everybody were vaccinated, everybody were immune, but we're just not there.
She also reminds you to keep others in mind, like those healthcare workers, high-risk individuals, and people who are still waiting to get vaccinated. The key to preventing more hospitalizations in the long run is to reach herd immunity. And to do that, we need to keep getting vaccinated.
Brady, thank you. Wisconsin DHS is reporting an increase in COVID cases across the state. 929 cases were confirmed in the last day. This comes as nearly 40,000 Wisconsinites received a COVID-19 vaccine in the past 24 hours. More than 25% of Wisconsinites have finished the vaccine series. Over 1.4 million residents have been fully vaccinated, and 38% of the eligible population, or over 2.2 million people, have received at least one vaccine dose. In Dane County, nearly 178,000 residents, or just over 32% of the county's population, has completed their vaccine series.
New information on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine within the last half hour. A federal advisory committee says they need more data on those rare blood clots before deciding the next steps on that vaccine. It'll remain on pause a while longer. That word coming after U.S. health advisors told the government they need more evidence to decide if a handful of unusual blood clots were linked to that shot, and if so, how big the potential risk really is. This comes after at least 6 women developed rare blood clots after receiving the one-dose vaccine. One woman has died.
While causality has not been fully established between these very rare events and the vaccine, we recognize these events could represent an important potential risk with the Janssen vaccine.
Symptoms include severe headache, difficulty moving, shortness of breath, and pain in the legs or abdomen.
Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine has quickly become known as the one-and-done shot.
Its single dose made it easier to vaccinate some of the city's harder-to-reach groups. Now that its use has been paused, Gabriella Becerra asked community leaders how they plan to move forward with vaccination events. Gabby?
Well, Eric, before the pause, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County had been planning to host a vaccination clinic here at their Taft Street location this weekend. Now they're not sure if that's going to happen. Fitchburg Family Pharmacy owner Thad Schumacher had set aside 500 doses of Johnson & Johnson for this clinic. He says they're sent to him to be used for transient homeless and underrepresented communities because of the convenient one-and-done shot. Without Johnson & Johnson, Schumacher says it's still important to host community clinics.
If I come to the community and in the neighborhood, then basically you can walk across the street to that event. So we feel it's important to be part of the community and be responsible for the community. And one of the ways we can do that is to bring our vaccines out into the community.
Schumacher says he does have enough Pfizer doses on hand if the Boys and Girls Club chooses to go forward with the clinic. And Boys and Girls Club CEO Michael Johnson says he'll have to make a decision by Friday. And coming up on News 3 Now at 6, he walks us through his options going forward.
Gabby, thank you. The Wisconsin Supreme Court says Governor Tony Evers' administration does not have the authority to limit capacity in bars, restaurants, and businesses without approval of the legislature. Today's 4-3 ruling comes 2 weeks after the court struck down the state's mask mandate. Wisconsin hasn't had a statewide capacity limit in place since October.
One of Dane County's most popular sporting events is back after taking a year off due to the coronavirus pandemic.
And when the AmFam Championship returns this June, it will be one of the largest events in Dane County since the pandemic. Adam Duxter joins us live from University Ridge with how they're making it happen. Adam?
June 11 will mark the return of the AmFam Championship, and when it does come back and the competitors do tee off, it'll be in front of a crowd that is a significantly smaller crowd than in years past. Still, though, those putting on the event say it's worth it just to have the event itself. It'll be a total of 5,000 spectators allowed to come in and take in the event each day here at University Ridge, and masks will be required. There won't be seating in the grandstand or common areas. Rather, fans will have to largely bring their own seats. And Tournament Director Nate Pokras says Dane County's most recent health order, which eliminated capacities for outdoor crowds, is largely what's making this possible.
Having the ability to have outdoor events and those capacities removed certainly is helpful. But we want to be sure we follow all those other guidelines set forth by Dane County Health. We want to make sure we put on a safe event.
And Pocrest says realistically they could fit more than 5,000 people safely at this course, but as they work with health officials, he says they're erring on the side of caution as they make their plans right now. And we'll share with you why public health officials say the fact this event is getting on the books at all is a sign things are moving in the right direction tonight at 6 o'clock.
Adam Duxter live at the Ridge. Adam, thank you. Federal prosecutors will not charge a police officer who shot and killed a woman as she climbed through the broken part of a door during the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. This is back on January 6th. Authorities have spent months debating whether criminal charges were appropriate for the Capitol police officer who shot and killed Ashley Babbitt, a 35-year-old Air Force veteran from San Diego. The Justice Department's decision officially closes out that investigation.
In court today, a defense witness, a retired forensic pathologist, says George Floyd died from a sudden heart rhythm problem due to heart disease while being restrained by police officers, not because former officer Derek Chauvin kept his knee on Floyd's neck.
Mr. Floyd died of a cardiac arrhythmia due to hypertensive atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease during the restraint.
Dr. David Fowler is former chief medical examiner for the state of Maryland. He testified that fentanyl and methamphetamine in Floyd's system and potential carbon monoxide poisoning from exposure to vehicle exhaust were also contributing factors. Earlier today, the judge in Chauvin's murder trial denied a defense motion to acquit the former police officer. The judge said he expects closing arguments to begin next week.
More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, President Biden says all U.S. troops will leave Afghanistan by September 11th, while Republicans are pushing back against that decision. And coming up tonight at 6, after nearly 50 years on State Street, one business announces this week that it'll be closing. We'll tell you what it is next hour at 6. And the markets today, almost the opposite of what we saw yesterday. The Dow up 54, the NASDAQ tumbling 138, and the S&P falls 17. And we'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, the competition heats up on a new Tough as Nails, followed by back-to-back episodes of the new series United States of Al, plus SWAT. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Furnish your home in good taste with Pletz Furniture. Shop for new ideas from a large selection of quality name brands in stock and ready for delivery, including Lazy Boy, Sealy, and Amish-made furniture. Pletz Furniture in downtown Baraboo. Quality furniture at lowest prices.
Spring is in the air. The birds are back, the days are warmer, and spring blossoms are starting to pop. Beautiful, colorful, delicate flowers. This spring, let the outdoor living experts at the Bruce Company help you bring this season to life. Colorful plants, stylish garden art, and the latest trends in outdoor furniture. The Bruce Company has everything you need to start your spring off right. So what's your dream this spring? Find it at the Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton, your outdoor living experts.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2021. Vote for your favorites online for the Best of Madison in over 140 categories. And the nominees include Wisconsin Brewing Company, Best Brewery, home of Wisconsin's backyard, opening in April. And Warp Speed by Lake Louie Brewery, Best Local Craft Beer, a classic Scotch Ale-style brew for the big beer drinker among us. Go to MadisonMagazine.com to vote for your favorites to be the very best of Madison.
Deposit, plan, and pay with easy tools from Chase. Simplicity feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Get an extra 5% off our low internet prices on select appliance purchases from top brands during the spring savings sale at Grand Appliance. Get outstanding deals like this Samsung 4.5 cubic foot front load washer with steam, just $6.98. Or this 4-piece stainless steel Frigidaire kitchen package for just $16.98. Shop your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com for these deals and more. Grand Appliance. Trusted since 1930.
Furnish your home in good taste with Pletz Furniture. Shop for new ideas from a large selection of quality name brands in stock and ready for delivery, including Lazy Boy, Sealy, and Amish-made furniture. Pletz Furniture in downtown Baraboo. Quality furniture at lowest prices.
Thursday on News 3 Now this morning, we'll learn about Dane by Local's new Soups On campaign.
And we'll share some advice to protect your kids from online scams. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
Thursday at 6:30, Weathering the Storm, a half-hour severe weather special that puts your safety first. From the latest tech to creating a safety plan. Watch Weathering the Storm, Thursday at 6:30 on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. A package of bills directing the state how to use its federal COVID money cleared the Senate today, but has next to no shot with the governor.
Naomi Coles joins us live from the Capitol with the latest on that legislation. Naomi?
That's right. Wisconsin Republican lawmakers have now passed legislation looking to control how those federal COVID dollars are spent. They argue it should be a joint project between the legislature and the governor. Right now, state law only gives the governor's office that authority. He was able to direct the first 2 rounds of funding. Efforts this week to change that would only apply to this 3rd round of federal funding. Governor Evers has already signaled his intentions to veto most of their bills, and the Legislative Fiscal Bureau found many of the Republican bills would likely violate federal rules. Republicans don't have enough of a majority to override a veto, so their plans to send $1 billion in direct payments to property owners are likely dead in the water. Now, there is some overlap between the bills and how the governor plans to spend some of this money. There is a difference in price tags. Millions would go under both plans to businesses, including tourism, impacted by the pandemic. However, other Republican bills include paying down things like state debt and investing in local bridges and highways.
Naomi at the Capitol, thank you. President Biden says it is time to end America's longest war, announcing all U.S. combat troops will leave Afghanistan by September 11th. The deadline marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks that started the war. Some 3,300 U.S. troops will start leaving May 1st, a date the Trump administration previously negotiated for all of them to be out. On Capitol Hill, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell voiced opposition to the pullout.
Apparently, we're to help our adversaries ring in the anniversary of the 9/11 attacks by gift wrapping the country and handing it right back to them.
While we'll not stay involved in Afghanistan militarily, our diplomatic and humanitarian work will continue. We'll continue to support the government of Afghanistan.
The war cost the U.S. taxpayers trillions of dollars and saw more than 2,500 American lives lost.
A search is underway in the Gulf of Mexico after a commercial boat capsized and at least 1 person was found dead.
As of now, we have rescued 6 survivors who were safely transferred ashore. Unfortunately, we recovered 1 individual on the surface of the water deceased, and the search effort continues for the remaining 12.
The Coast Guard says there were 19 people on board the lift boat when it departed Louisiana. Distress signals from Good Samaritan vessels alerted authorities that the boat capsized about 3 hours later. The Good Samaritan boat crews helped Coast Guard crews rescue people. The 129-foot power lift boat is used for oil and gas exploration.
Well, quite a chill in the air out there today. Your first warn weather now. Here's Gary.
At least the weather's quiet for Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week across Wisconsin, and we're pleased to announce that we're going to be doing our weather radio promotion again. NOAA weather radios with Midland radios. These are the ones that get broadcast directly from the National Weather Service. You can set them up for alerts for just your county or a couple of counties. The cost, $29.99. We'll be doing this with Hy-Vee supermarkets in the Madison area, and for every radio that's sold, we'll make a donation to the Southwest Wisconsin region of the American Red Cross, as we've done in the past. So now's the time to get your weather radio while the weather's quiet. Get it set up before severe weather strikes. Live view from the WISC sky cam shows a gloomy day out there. Lots of clouds, very little in the way of sunshine. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for sunshine to return for tomorrow and Friday, and that by itself should get temperatures back up into the 50s. Now we'll see dry weather for not only Thursday and Friday, but for much of the weekend. Just an outside chance for a shower Saturday and Sunday. The better chances may come later Monday of next week. But temperatures will remain below normal, not only for the end of this week, but through the weekend and through most of next week as well. High-resolution radar in southern Wisconsin, not seeing any precipitation, even though the clouds are pretty widespread. Up to the north, some light rain and snow showers up in northern Wisconsin, up near Lake Superior, but those will eventually go away as low pressure starts to head off to the east, finally, after about 5 or 6 days just kind of sitting across the upper Midwest. Temperatures are in the 30s and lower 40s through much of Wisconsin underneath the cloud cover. Future track precipitation over the next 7 days, though, shows just how quiet things will be. Very little in the way of precipitation as we head through Friday, through the weekend, just a slight chance for a shower, if anything less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, and then maybe some showers Monday afternoon into Monday night, maybe even mixing with a few flakes of snow Monday night into Tuesday, and then a chance of showers on Tuesday. But any rainfall amounts will be very slim over the next 7 days. In fact, the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook calls for below normal temperatures, the highest probabilities centered right over our part of the country, but below normal precipitation expected with that quiet weather pattern. The more active pattern will be to our south and to our east. As we take a look at weather track across the country, there's that upper level low that's been sitting and spinning first across like Iowa and Minnesota, then it moved up to northern Minnesota. Now it's out over the northern portion of the Great Lakes. Eventually, as that heads off to the east, we'll start to at least see some sunshine get in here. The sun really not that far away across northern Illinois, but you can see the low deck of clouds through much of the upper Midwest, a little trough of low pressure swinging on through, perhaps bringing a sprinkle or two of rain. Temperatures right now, 30s and 40s in our part of the Midwest, even the southern part of the Midwest, not too mild. Temperatures there in the 60s, and on future track, you can see those clouds finally starting to break up tonight. We'll be back to some sunshine for tomorrow and Friday, and like I say, that should warm us up. So for tomorrow, I'm looking for partly sunny skies. Our high temperature back up at 52. It'll be a little breezy, but those winds out of the northwest won't be enough to at least prevent us from hitting the 50-degree mark. 55 on Friday with partly sunny skies. Over the weekend, variably cloudy skies. Just a slight chance for a shower Saturday and Sunday. Highs mid-50s. Some shower chances Monday afternoon. Could mix with a little snow Monday night and a Tuesday morning. Chance of showers Tuesday and a slight chance Wednesday. And then toward the end of the week, maybe temperatures getting back up closer to the 60-degree mark. As we check out first warn traffic, right now I'm not seeing too much of a problem on the Beltline. Traffic moving pretty much at the posted speed limits. A little bit of a slowdown around Verona Road. Otherwise, as far as travel times are concerned, 18 minutes in the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 15 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, it's 25 minutes from the Beltline down to Janesville on I-3990. From Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 will take you 16 minutes, as will going from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your news for you now. First warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Now, ahead at 5, just about all the Badger senior basketball players have decided to move on, but what about Brad Davison? He makes a decision next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Enhance your home's exterior with updates from Menards. Outdoor wall lights add style and security to your home. With our huge selection, you'll be sure to find your style. Whether it's a fixture to light your home's entrance or a motion sensing security light. Check out this 6,000 lumen motion sensing LED security light from Patriot Lighting. All outdoor lighting is 11% off. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 17% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $5,400 cash back on this Equinox. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
One of Wisconsin's veteran basketball players is returning to the court for one final season. On social media, Brad Davison said, quote, "There is no place I would rather be than Madison. I am grateful for one last ride with my coaches and teammates this upcoming season." The senior guard averaged 10 points last season, along with 3.5 rebounds, just over 2 assists per game. He's the only senior that announced he would come back. Micah Potter, Aleem Ford, Demetric Trice, Nate Reavers, Trevor Anderson, all announcing they would not be back next season.
Some good news for college athletes, as major college football and basketball players will be permitted to transfer one time before graduating without being required to sit out a year of competition starting next season. The NCAA Division I Council voted to change the long-standing rule, which has helped deter players in high-profile sports from switching schools. It's a sign that spring is here. The Sunburst chairs are back out on the Memorial Union Terrace. Crews brought them out of storage this morning. Right now, the terrace is only open to UW students, staff, and faculty. You need proof of a recent negative COVID test or vaccination on file through the Safer Badgers app. Masks are required, and tables and chairs must stay where they are. Last year, the terrace eventually opened up to the public by offering time slots through an online reservation system.
And a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Furniture and Appliance Mart Spring Semi-Annual Appliance Deals are on now. Save up to 40% off top brands and special no-interest financing, plus delivery within 5 days on in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
The new windows look great.
2-for-1 windows at Feldco really helped transform the house and saved us money.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
I wanted a new TV.
Right now, get 2-for-1 windows at Feldco. Plus, no interest until 2022. What you do with the savings is up to you.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
When you're sick, so sick that your heart hurts.
And your mind races.
When you think that you might have cancer, and then they tell you,
You have cancer.
And you just want somebody to say,
it's going to be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
It's that time of year to hit the open road.
To make sure your trip is safe, Meineke is now offering free brake pads. Call your Madison area Meineke for details. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows. Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
From Scott the Window Guy at AHT Wisconsin Window.
I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame triple pane window is the most energy efficient window made for Wisconsin, no matter what the season. Get triple pane for the price of double at scottthewindowguy.com.
Ashley Home Store's spring semi-annual sale is on now. Our hottest looks of the season are on sale now, including doorbusters like these, plus no interest for 3 years, and a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Now at Ashley Home Store.
Coming up here on the CBS Evening News, a CDC advisory panel on the future of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine as we learn new details about the 45-year-old woman who died shortly after her J&J vaccine. Plus, former police officer charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of Dante Wright. How did a veteran police officer mistake her gun for a taser? And a young baseball fan's simple gesture, what it can teach us all. That story tonight and more on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go to Gary, who has a final check of our forecast.
Well, we got plenty of clouds around, but you can see on Doppler track, there's almost no precipitation around here. Some light rain and snow showers up across upper Michigan and far northern Wisconsin, but right now we're dry, and eventually those clouds will actually start to break up later on tonight. Temperatures are in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Janesville, one of the warmer spots, and they're at 43, but 37 in the Dells, 38 in Viroqua. Look for temperatures to drop into the lower 30s by tomorrow morning as skies turn partly cloudy overnight. But tomorrow with partly sunny skies, that should at least bring temperatures back up to around 52. Look for a high 55 Friday, mid-50s this weekend, just a slight chance for a shower. A little better chances for showers early next week, maybe mixed with a few flakes of snow Monday night and Tuesday morning. Otherwise, by the end of next week, temperatures back up to around 60.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us at 5. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.